Scott, it's another disappointing defeat after the 3-1 defeat on Saturday away at Tonbridge. How do you feel after that game? Because I feel like the mood, not only in the dressing room, but amongst the fans, is probably at a bit of an all-time low this season. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a really difficult one. I feel like decisions that have been made by myself and the management team over the past few weeks have kind of hurt us a little bit. Obviously, letting go of a couple of players to balance the books, to bring some players in. And then obviously, Guy gets injured, Bayliss gets injured. And in hindsight, well, hindsight's a wonderful thing. If we'd have known that, we probably would have kept some players around, or I'd have asked to keep some players around. We are light on numbers at the moment, of course we are, but in terms of the actual game itself, I thought for the first half we looked pretty good, and we limited them to next to nothing. The penalty is never a penalty in a million years. I've got flick to the ball. If that's a penalty, then we're struggling, I think, across the game. Ref was really disappointing. I think that was obvious to see. There were so many decisions that didn't go for us tonight. Go in at half time, say to the boys, go out with a bit of confidence, a bit of swagger, and go and find that sort of the second goal in the game. We managed to find it, and then naivety sort of kicks us in the teeth where we lose our man at a set piece. It becomes 2-1. And then the third goal, we give the ball away, quick turnover, one straight ball and a goal, and it's so soft at the moment. Really, really disappointing. I could see that the ground was flat. It is tough, of course it is, in terms of what we're up against at the moment. We can't get our best team out there. And I think the beauty of football and the beauty of time is that when we do get everyone back, I think that we'll be absolutely okay. And I'm looking forward to that day, of course I am. When you can get Guy and Bayliss together back in central defence, you can get Jammers playing in his natural position. Hopefully I can get in the dugout. Sam Evans will be back fit. We've obviously got a bit of a gaping hole in losing Leon, which is something that we'll talk about, I'm sure, in a moment. So yeah, it's difficult. It really is difficult. I feel like we're up against it. We're going through a bit of adversity, and yeah, listen, only time will get us out of it, but it won't happen overnight.
And as you mentioned, the first half in itself, like you mentioned, up until the penalty, really it was us coming out lots of half chances, but not quite the quality to get us into the lead. Do you feel like had we managed to at least grab that lead before the incident occurred, we might be talking about a completely different game?
Just spoke about it in there. I think the first goal that we scored in a game over the last period of games was Hampton. I think that was the last time we scored the first goal in a game. So we've always been chasing the match. We've got back to level terms in the game a few times, and we get excited. We try and go and get the second goal for either side. And when we've not got that goal, then we have to chase it again. And we've lost 3-1 at Tonbridge, 4-1 at Hemel, 3-1 today, because we have to go and chase the game. We've used the sort of terminology before about taking the handbrake off. We do believe that we're in a position in the league where we'll be okay. So we would rather go and win games. And I think at the moment, maybe our mindset needs to change where we go, do you know what, just take a point. But then do we want to sit in a low block at home once we get back to 1-1 and just see out the game? It's never really been us, and I don't think the fans want to see that. We will win games by doing that, but we'll also lose games by doing it. So we need to have a long, hard look at ourselves. I think we're up against it at the moment, like I said, and I think only time will be the saviour in this case. I'm confident that once we've got everyone back, we'll be fine and we'll start winning matches again. But I think at the moment we are sort of, we're on the wrong side of things.
There was a new addition amongst the 11 this evening. We saw the debut of Lewis Michio at left back. What did you make of him?
Yeah, I thought he'd done very well. It's the first time he's met the boys tonight at 6:15. I thought he was aggressive. I thought he was good on the ball. His organisation, his talking was very good. He'll be a very good player for us. So it's nice to have that left footer in. We've been searching high and low for a very long time. We spoke to him the other day and he became available. So I think it's good to have him in. It gives us that balance and it gives us the flexibility to maybe play a back three, a back four, whatever we need to. So no, I think he was one of the positives of tonight. There wasn't many after the 90 minutes because of the result. At half-time, I thought there was quite a few positives. I thought we looked back to the old Slough. I thought we were well in the game, but yeah, just extremely disappointed. Obviously feel sorry for the fans. I just mentioned it in the change room that we owe it to ourselves, of course we do, but we owe it to the fans that follow us around home and away. There wasn't many behind the goal tonight when we went and clapped them, and I understand why. They'll obviously feel aggrieved, they'll feel disappointed that we've not got a result. I think the other thing is to say is that we started off the season so well, and I think that might have painted a picture to people that we were going to go on and achieve greatness. But you look at the 7 teams at the top of the league, obviously big clubs, full-time clubs, and it is really difficult. I use the analogy or the terminology that when we were top, I felt like you were a young kid running up the stairs and your dad was chasing you and you knew you were going to get caught. And we've been caught in a unspectacular way that we've obviously slipped out the playoffs, which was everyone's goal at the beginning of the season. It would have been St Albans' goal, it would have been Weymouth's goal, look where they are. So you always hope that you can achieve the unachievable or the unimaginable, but yeah, listen, it's tough, of course it is, but it doesn't get any easier. We've obviously got Dorking, Maidstone, Worthing, St Albans coming up, so yeah, listen, let's hope we can just get some of the lads back in.
I suppose another small positive before we talk about a big negative is Slavy scoring again this evening. It's been a few games since he hit the back of the net. Do you hope that can reinvigorate him and hopefully we can see him back in the goals again?
Yeah, I kind of half feel sorry for Slav because he's obviously got his goal, which is great news, but he's been beaten up all night, and I'm not saying that he's been beaten up fairly. I think he got kicked to pieces, he got elbowed, he got pushed, he got shoved for next to nothing. The ref gave him nothing all night, so he put his body on the line for us, of course he did. He's obviously got a great header at the back stick. David's put a brilliant ball in, but I don't think he got much protection all night. But it's good that Slavy's got a goal, of course it is. I think that's his first goal from open play in a long time, so he'll feel good about that. But yeah, listen, hopefully he can get a few more now.
And just to touch on then the big negative, Leon left out of the squad tonight. What more can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it is a big negative, but we have to see it as a positive. He has had a lot of interest and a lot of... we've had a few calls from bigger clubs in the league above, and it's fully deserved. He's been outstanding. There probably will be an announcement tomorrow. I obviously don't want to go into too much depth. It's not my decision to announce. But there is a huge positive that we've obviously got a decent fee for him, a sell-on and things like that. So he's been absolutely brilliant. The way that he's done things as well, I think it's a credit to himself. He came in last season, he was our lowest earner by an absolute country mile. He got his head down, he's worked hard and he's reaped the rewards. And that's what I love to see, those success stories. Obviously, on the flip side of that, we are losing what I believe has been our best player this season. And I think I say that for everyone, whether it's players, staff, management, the fans. I think it's clear to see how good he's been, and he fully deserves what's coming. So he'll be back to being a professional footballer in the next 24 hours, and we've obviously played our part in that, which is great news. Gutted to lose him, but over the moon because he's an absolute diamond, and I think that the ceiling for him is the Football League, and I think it's the upper echelons of that as well. So there'll be an announcement tomorrow, but we've got to be pleased for him. Obviously gutted to lose him, but we've got to be happy.
And just finally then, if you can, looking forward to Saturday away at Dorking Wanderers. It doesn't get any easier. What kind of side can we look to see moving into that game, and what do you want to see from that side?
Almost want to see a team full of sort of caged animals, if I'm honest. If we go to Dorking and try and outplay them and play football, we'll get beat. We'll probably try and turn it ugly, be horrible, be hard to beat, be front foot in their face. Like we were at home here against them on a Tuesday night where I thought we were excellent. So it's just a confidence thing at the moment. I can't go and buy confidence off the shelf and give it to the lads. I wish I could, because I'd go and buy it in abundance. But yeah, at the moment it's tough, it's so difficult. It completely consumes everyone. I know the lads are hurting. We'll obviously stick together, of course we will. But Saturday's it's a good game to have. People will say it's probably the biggest free hit of the season, going to Dorking, but listen, why can't we? Why can't we go there and spring a surprise? We've done it here when no one thought we'd win. But I'll probably pick the team that runs the most, if I'm honest. It'll be horrible, probably a bit gritty, a little bit bitty. But yeah, we'll have to see who's available, who's ready, and hopefully go from there.
Thanks for your thoughts, Scott, tonight, and we'll see you at Meadowbank on Saturday.
Cheers, Con, thank you.